And we are live. We're live here, driving through the streets of Paris.
Yeah!
I have Pip in the cockpit here with me.
Hi. Hi.
Bella over here.
We
If
got
Mom wants me to show her, I'll show her. But I guess maybe I won't.
She says, no, I like my show right now.
So I am just returning, of course, from Liberland, as it is.
Yeah.
You're watching the Impact Money Show. We have an exciting show today. Of course, we're launching as well on the show our good friend Vin Menon's Mind Wave Down Neela Token here in a little bit. So that should be interesting. We're live from the limo van, weaving through the Parisian traffic, headed to the Louvre Museum.
Because we're that good.
Bonjour, folks, and welcome to the Impact Money Show. I'm your host, Bruce Porter Jr., coming to you live as we're barreling down towards the Louvre. Yes, you heard that right. I'm broadcasting from the back of a glorified minibus in Paris, surrounded by croissants, chaos, and a driver who thinks he's honking is a personality trait. Why the mobile studio? Well, I just landed in the city of light to meet my wife and two daughters for a much-needed vacation, but the show must go on, and I'm not about to leave out hanging without our daily dose of the financial fireworks. Buckle up, because we've got a wild ride ahead. Markets, geopolitics, and a sprinkle of Liberland, liberty to unpack as well.
You did it.
So let's kick things off with where I've been, fresh off the 10th anniversary of Liberland. That scrappy little micronation wedged between Serbia and Croatia, where the dreams of freedom meet a muddy Danube riverbank. I had the honor of speaking at the Liberland Arc compound representing Washington, D.C., and let me tell you, it was like Woodstock for libertarians, minus the tie-dye and plus a lot more blockchain talk. Picture this. 500 folks from 60 countries all buzzing about a nation the size of Walmart parking lot, with no taxes, no bureaucrats, and a president named Vitt, who's basically a cross between a philosopher and a pirate captain. I shared the stage with heavyweights like President Vitt, our Vice President Bogey, Crypto King, my good friend Brock Pierce, and conspiracy legend David Icke, who brought his son Gareth along for the ride. David was dropping truth bombs so fast I thought we'd need a bomb squad, and Brock was pitching a blockchain as the key to Liberland's future. Spoiler, it probably is. The event was a smash hit. With drones buzzing overhead, it's true. With drones buzzing overhead, crypto wallets flashing, and a vibe that is probably more anyway. It's not easy to do through the traffic. And my wife looking at me like, this is what you do every morning? The event was a smash hit. We are building something amazing, and it will work. Liberland's notoriety is skyrocketing. We're 10 years in. We've got diplomatic offices. We have two currencies. We have the Merits, and we also have the Liberland dollar, and a fan base that makes Coachella look tame. I left inspired, a little muddy, and ready to spread the gospel of Liberland. Now here I am in Paris, trading the Serbian border vibes for baguettes and berets. My girls are itching to storm the Louvre, probably to argue over whether Mona Lisa is really the real one or not.
Okay, can I just say, please? I think that they printed the Mona Lisa. They reprinted it, and then they put it in the museum, and then they kept the real Mona Lisa safe.
I think Penelope and David Icke are going to be good friends. My older daughter, Bella, is skating. Of course, we're headed to the mountains in a couple of days after spending some time here in Paris for that. I'm betting they're going to say the Mona Lisa is overrated. I don't know. We'll see. Our apartment is right by the museum. We're actually overlooking it. Pretty excited about that. So expect some art-inspired market metaphors today. Speaking of masterpieces, let's paint the picture of what's shaking the world and your wallet on April 14th, the day before tax day. Day before tax day. I thought Trump was getting rid of taxes. Isn't that the deal?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm confused.
Trump's going to get rid of taxes.
I'm so confused now.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Trump's confused taxes. Trump, Elon, and Putin, the global power trio. First up, the big dogs. Trump, Elon, and Putin. Donald Trump's back in the White House, and he's swinging harder than a golfer at Mar-a-Lago. His 125% tariffs threat on China have the markets doing backflips. More on that a bit later. But he's also pushing tax cuts and deregulation like it's 2016 on steroids. People are split. Half call him a genius for shaking up global trade. Half say he's playing chicken with the recession. Either way, Trump's tariffs are rewriting the rules, and your grocery bill is feeling it. Estimates say families could pay $3,800 to $9,500 extra a year. We'll have to see. He's also cozying up to crypto, promising to make Bitcoin reserve and pump your bags, which has all BC holders like Brock Pierce fist pumping. And here's the kicker. Trump got a new bromance with Elon Musk, who's basically the unelected czar of U.S. innovation. Elon's running X, Tesla, SpaceX, and half the government's AI strategy, judging by what I'm looking at. He's pushing Doge, but not the coin. Along on Doge. You should buy Doge. Okay, everyone should buy Doge. But the Department of Government Efficiency is what he's doing. Slashing the red tape and making bureaucrats sweat. Oh, wow, look at that. X is buzzing with Elon's latest, a Starlink deal to wire up Liberland's Arc compound.
Is this
Okay, I'm just joking.
You are?
But Elon's not all roses. Tesla stocks took a hit last week when China banned its cars and tariffs and over the tariff spat and his free speech absolutism. Advertisers are nervous. Still, the guy's a market mover. And if he tweets buy gold or sell bonds, expect the markets to follow. Then there's Vladimir Putin playing chess while everyone is stuck in checkers. Russia's grinding through Ukraine. More on that war in a second, but Putin's also flexing energy muscle with oil at $61.99 today, up about 0.8%. Russia's raking in rubles despite U.S. sanctions. Some claim he's eyeing a deal with China to bypass Western markets, which could spike oil to $70 if it pans out. Putin's also cozy with BRICS, pushing a de-dollarization agenda that's got the DXY shaking under 100, currently at 99.43 for your U.S. dollar. Love him or hate him, Vlad's got the moves from Moscow to your 401k. The wars in Ukraine and Gaza, there's really no end in sight. Let's get to the real talk. Ukraine's the meat grinder, 3 years in, and Russia's holding ground in the east. Last week, drones hit Kiev's suburbs, and Zelensky's begging for more U.S. aid. $61 billion got approved in March, but looks like a Band-Aid on a broken leg. Trump's been cagey, hinting at a peace deal that might let Putin get Crimea back, which has NATO fuming. The ruble's steady, but Ukraine's economy is toast. GDP's down 30% since 2022. Markets feel it. Defense stocks like Lockheed are up 15% yearly, but oil's volatility, 58 to 62 range, reflect the supply fears. Yes, Eiffel Tower, guys. Look.
Wow!
All right.
It's so
There it is.
cool.
When
Do
we
you
get
remember
it.
that time when we
Remember?
climbed it?
I remember
Yeah,
when we climbed
we
it.
climbed it. It was so
It was
fun.
Me and my
fun.
team took a picture at that building up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Paris is beautiful.
It is.
It is
I'm
beautiful.
agreeing with
I see people talking. Oh, Paris is lost and blah blah blah.
No, it's
blah.
that.
No.
It's amazing.
Paris is fine,
Sunshine,
guys. Paris is
rainbows.
beautiful.
It's amazing.
New York is more dangerous. Trust me.
Oh, yes.
Look at that.
Gaza's another
mountain.
heartbreak. Israel's campaign against Hamas, now 18 months deep, has Rafah in ruins. Ceasefire talks collapsed in Doha last month. There's millions of Palestinians displaced, tens of thousands dead, however you cut the numbers, and no clear end game. Israel's economy is strained, 3.5% GDP growth forecast in 2025, down 5%, and global boycotts are hitting. Oil and gold, gold is at 32, 37 today, catch bids in the Middle East tensions, but the bigger worry is Iran. If Tehran escalates, say a Strait of Hormuz blockade, oil could hit 80, and markets would tank. For now, it's a stalemate, but the human toll's got a gut punch. And there's talk about Trump talking directly with Iran, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. Trade wars, tariffs, and economic cage match. Now let's talk about trade wars, because Trump's tariff tantrum is the 300-pound gorilla in the room. His 125% levy threats on China plus 25% on Canada and Mexico sent the markets into a tailspin last week. The S&P 500 dropped 4%. Bonds got crushed. 10-year yields hit 4.58%. But today, we've got a breather. Exemptions for smartphones and chips sparked a rally and ruined my short, to be totally honest. But it's okay. I got it out. Worked out. Dow futures on the dip. Dow futures are up 0.9%. NASDAQ futures 1.45%. The Hang Seng is up 2.4%. Tech's loving it. Apple and Nvidia are pre-market darlings, but retail sweating. Walmart's warning of $4 billion in extra cost, and Amazon's carts are about to sting. China's hitting back, banning U.S. brands like Tesla, slapping 100% tariffs, 125% tariffs on their own. People are screaming stagflation, with consumers' inflation expectations at 6.7%, 1981 high. Pharma shaky. Generic prices could dump 20% if India joins the fray. But silver lining on this whole thing is the word comes out over the last 24 hours that China says, hey, let's drop all tariffs. Drop all tariffs. And if China drops all tariffs and we drop all tariffs, the markets, guys, are going to absolutely explode. So where's the markets headed? Futures are hot. Dow is up. S&P 500 is up. Futures. The NASDAQ is up. All the future markets are up. Last week's 5.7 S&P 500 rally and the NASDAQ 7.29 pop showed that the bulls are charging. But we are looking at a lot of volatility. Tech stars like XLK ETFs are up 12% year to date, but industrials and retails are lagging. Wary of the tariff pain. Key levels: Dow resistance at 41,000, support at 40,000. S&P 500 550 resistance, 530 support. Nasdaq's eyeing 20,000. If it breaks 19,500, we'll have more on that once the great Matt Dixon joins the show here shortly. Gold's treading water at 32.37, down about 0.22%, sidelined by risk on vibes, but silver's shining at 32.26, riding tech demand. Oil's creeping up at 61.99, but China's 4.5 GDP forecast caps it. The DXY, which is your U.S. dollar traded against a basket of currencies, is crumbling. Oh, the Louvre! There we are, the Louvre! We made it. Things are about to get interesting, folks. Woo-hoo. Speaking of crypto, it's a rocket ship. Bitcoin 84,362. As I put the show together, it could have popped around here a little bit. Let me just look. Let's see here. Bitcoin 84,563 at the minute. We'll talk more about that. People are screaming the bull market is back. I, to be honest, am inclined to agree. Short term, we're golden. With Bitcoin eyeing 90,000 and altcoins like XRP at 212, up 20%, gunning for $3. But watch out, meme coins like Doge up 18.9%, smell the pump and dump, and tariffs could crash the party. Volatility is the name of the game right now. Portfolio tip: 60% Bitcoin, ETH, 30% Solana, XRP, 10% wildcards like SUI. Bonds are a drama queen. 10-year yields hit 4.58% last week, 24-year high, and tariff spooked buyers. They're cooling at 4.49 today, hinting at a rebound, but mortgages at 6.64 are squeezing homeowners. If yields drop to 4.3, Bonds rally. If they hit 4.7, it's panic mode. The Fed is watching like a hawk, ready to step in if things get nutty. Geopolitical tensions and the world is on edge. Geopolitics is a pressure cooker beyond Ukraine and Gaza. China's rare earth bans and BRICS anti-dollar push threaten supply chains. Japan's yen strengthens, which is, as we talk about it on the show all the time, not really good for people and investing. People use the yen in order to borrow cheap money in order to invest in other things. Let's pop over here. Audience, are we doomed? Or are we dancing? Here's a big question for you at home. Are we headed for market tears, or is this a buying opportunity? Stocks are roaring, crypto's mooning, silver's popping, but tariffs, wars, and inflation are like uninvited guests in the party. My take, it's a trader's market. Nimble wins. Buy the dips in tech, crypto, hold gold for safety, and sprinkle crypto for spice. Keep the cash handy. If Trump drops another tariff bomb, you'll want ammo. Keep your powder dry, as we always say. Back to Liberland for a sec, because the money patch of freedom ties it all together. In a world of trade wars, debt is now 36 trillion. It's a geopolitical mess. Liberland's betting on decentralization, crypto, and zero red tape. Brock Pierce said it best: build where the future's free, whether it's Bitcoin at 84 or micronation, with 700,000 applicants. The message is clear: control your wealth, because nobody else will. As we swerve through here, and I think we're almost at our apartment in Paris, I'm hyped to take my girls to the Louvre Museum. If you haven't been there before, it's going to be unbelievable. The Mona Lisa is just part of it. It's all the jewels and everything here from the...
Isn't there like Starry Night in there?
There's all kinds of stuff. It's unbelievable. Matt,
Hey,
there he is. Matt, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Pleased you're back.
Me too. Got a little funny there. Oh, I'm wearing my Liberland. Thank you.
Yeah, he showed me.
Very cool. Great to see you. Still on the show with your family around the world. That's amazing. Well done.
Yes, on the streets of Paris here. I actually got an apartment directly across from the Louvre. And so we're gonna do the Louvre and then a couple other things, and then Bella skating. So it should be a lot of fun. But I know myself, and I know quite a few other people are excited to hear about the markets.
Well, okay.
How are you? Are you traveling as well?
I am. I'm just in Lincolnshire at the moment. I mean, it's beautiful weather. It looks nice over there in Paris as well. But amazing weather at the moment. Beautiful countryside around here. So yeah. But it's good to check in,
Amazing.
and I'll share my screen and see if we can have a look at where we're at with the markets.
Beautiful.
Hopefully, I was just looking at the SARM rule indicator there. Can you see that?
Yes. And I will go kind of back and forth maybe from muting and not muting just so we have good audio.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm not going to go on about this SARM rule. It is one of the most reliable recession indicators of all time, going back to the 1960s. Every time this indicator came in saying there's going to be a recession, there was. And it indicates there's recession coming now. So let's just see. I won't go on about it too much. But as I say, every single recession it's predicted with exquisite accuracy. It's been amazing. So let's just see. I mean, we don't want a recession, but that's what it's indicating right now. So I'll start off with the SPX, which is the S&P 500. And we're actually really at a crossroads right now. It's really difficult to tell. So I was saying that from the top, from the all-time high on the S&P 500, we've had an A down, a B up, then the C wave will be made up of 5 waves. Now, it is possible that we've completed those 5 waves. I'll just go into a shorter time frame to see if we can. Yeah, it's really difficult. So this is the final C wave that we're looking at. Now, if you remember, within 5 waves, 4th wave is not allowed to cross into territory of wave 1. And if you look here, this is the top of wave 4 here, and it's basically virtually on the territory of wave 1. It has actually, on this chart, fractionally crossed into territory of wave 1, which theoretically speaking isn't allowed from Elliott wave perspective, but you have to then look at the chart itself. This chart is Oanda, and that's the company that makes the chart. And they're basically, it's a CFD, which is called a contract for difference. Now, it actually operates and still charts even while the S&P isn't open. Obviously, the S&P is closed right now, and it continues to chart even when the market's closed. The CFDs are estimating the price based on the futures. So that means that this rule, whilst it's now a guideline, it's not an absolute rule, because this isn't the actual S&P 500 that we're charting. It's a CFD, contract for difference. So we have 5 waves down, 3 waves up, and I think we're going to get a big 5 waves down. I think that we've had wave 1 down, 2 up, 3 down, we've had an ABC 4 up, and I think that we're going to get a 5th wave down. Now, I know what you were saying, that maybe, I mean, you did say it's a trader's market, which is absolutely true. We have to be really nimble again, which you said, absolutely true. And there isn't any certainty here. Potentially, I mean, it actually doesn't look as though we've started to the upside. I do believe we've got one more wave to the downside to come. Then we have the real, the bull market to come after that. But I still think we've got more downside to come. And there's so much uncertainty over Trump. I mean, he seems so erratic with his decision-making, with his approach, with his negotiating style, with everything. Nobody quite knows where they are. And that's what markets really are uncomfortable with. They're not happy. But from a chart perspective, it looks to me as though we definitely have one. You see, I can't count this as impulsive higher, because we definitely have solid crossover here. If this was wave 1 up, 2 down, if this was wave 3 up, then 4 down, the 4 crosses massively into territory of what we propose wave 1. And that can't be the case. Here, this wave 4 and this wave 1, they're almost equal. And as I say, you can get a fractional crossover with the CFD, for example. And this is, as I say, a CFD chart. but you can't get a massive crossover like this. So this tells me this is corrective higher. It's an ABC higher, and we now need to move down quite sharply. So it's probably a good time to move down, because when the markets are saying maybe we're about to pump, a lot of people thinking the markets are about to pump, I think it's the time for some more downside. And let's just see, China has said we should remove all the tariffs. I'd be surprised if Trump goes ahead and removes all the tariffs. So let's see what happens there.
He's funny though. You just never know what to expect with this guy. You know, on Friday I was expecting markets to go down. I did 2 shorts actually pretty well, and then I did another one, and I'm expecting the markets to go down. And then he comes out with he's lifting tariffs on cell phone or smartphones and all this other stuff.
Yeah, very, very erratic. Some would say irrational. It's not what markets like. Markets like predictability. Companies like to predict. They need to know what's happening to be able to plan their future expenditure and so on, their growth plans. Very, very difficult with such erratic policy making. So we'll see. So that's the S&P. The S&P is telling me that we have one more downside push to come, quite a substantial downside push to come. But that should then finish the A, the B, and the C to the downside. Then we should get a new rally to new all-time highs for the S&P. So we'll move over now to one of our favorites, really, gold. Gold rallied unexpectedly for me, really. We had an ABC down. I thought it may be 5 waves down. Again, it was really difficult to tell, because this proposed 4th wave did just cross into this wave 1. So again, it's really difficult when you get these very, very close calls here. It's a real two-way bet. It's really difficult to call, but it looks as though it was an ABC to the downside, and we pushed up in a 5th wave. So if I go onto this long-term gold chart and try and look where we are longer term, it does actually look really positive in my view. I'll go on to, I'll just scroll right out again. We've done this before, but I think it's good just to see where we're at long term. So we're going right back to 2016. We've got wave 1 up, 2 down, 3 up. So this was the COVID liquidity when COVID money printing started. And so when you get more liquidity, it pushes the price of gold up, because the liquidity, basically printing money, the money has to go somewhere, and it goes into these risk assets, and gold's seen as a safe haven. So it's a great place to put your money, your COVID money, into gold. And we saw the gold price rally smartly in wave 3 there. Real nice aggressive wave 3. So wave 1 up, 2 down, aggressive wave 3, then an ABC down for wave 4. So you can see there, that was the peak of 0 interest rates. That's when we had 0 interest rates at the top of wave 3. So we stayed in that 0 interest rate. So actually we were going nowhere, treading water. And that's precisely what happened with the price of gold. Went nowhere, treading water. But then we exited the 0 interest rate policy here. And then when you exit it, things start to go downhill, because liquidity is being withdrawn as interest rates rise. And that's why the gold price fell quite sharply from a price of 2,060 down to 1,600. So it fell, over 20% in that relatively short period of time. And that's when they exited 0 interest rates, started raising interest rates. We got to interest rates at a peak. So when interest rates peaked, that's when things start to improve, because interest rates start to reduce then. So we start seeing liquidity increasing, and we see the price rising again. So just to focus again on the long term, we've got wave 1 up, 2 down, 3 up, 4 down. And we're looking for 5 waves here in the final move to the upside. So I'll scroll out again now. Look at that final 5 waves that we're looking for from here. I'll scroll back to the 4-hour. Okay, we can just about see that. Actually, I may have to stay. Let me just see. Okay, there's the 4th wave. And we're looking for a 5th wave to the upside. So, sorry, I think I'll need to scroll back to the 1 hour, see where we are. So we're now looking for the final 5 waves to the upside. So of that, we've had a wave 1 up in red, 2 down in red, 3 up in red. I think we've completed 4 down in red, and we're going to get a 5th wave to the upside in red. And that will actually complete a larger wave 3 to the upside. We still have another wave 4 and 5 to the upside to go. So gold has got a long way still to go to the upside, I think. Yes, we're going to get some ups and downs. I think there's still higher to go before we get another pullback. So it's that situation where I'm always saying, buy the dips. These are buying opportunities. Whenever you see the gold price dip, it's a buying opportunity. And we had the gold price dip a bit recently. I'll just open that out. I'm on the 4 hour again now. So we had a good dip in the oil price, in the gold price, sorry. And I was saying that every dip is a buying opportunity. So we had this ABC dip to the downside, or whatever you count it, it was a good downside move. And yeah, I think clearly we rebounded to the upside from there. Clearly we had some divergence, some nice divergence in place. I'd have to check where that is, but we've got divergence here with lower highs on RSI and higher highs on price. That's telling us that we're probably going to get a bit of a pullback at the moment before we get the next push higher. But these indicators are really powerful. They really help us with our trading and help us to make money out of these traders' markets, these erratic markets. So I'll just make that clear for you to see that from anywhere over here, you can see we've got basically higher highs on the price. You can see that. And then look at the corresponding movement on RSI. And you can see that we basically, over exactly the same period of time, we have lower highs on RSI. And RSI is actually overbought here. So it's telling us that the price is likely to decline. And you can see that's precisely what happened on the button again. So these signals, if you learn them and follow them and combine them all together, you can make some really good trades. So again, combine it with Elliott waves to give you the overall structure. So I think we completed a small 5 waves up there. We've got an ABC down there. So we're going to push up again in 5 waves. I think we've had wave 1, 2, 3. I think we're just pushing down on wave 4, and we'll get another push up in wave 5. So I'm still bullish there. Oil is uncertain. So I'll just move over to oil. Oil is uncertain. We had obviously a big sell-off in oil, but as Bruce says, if something happens geopolitically in particular, oil could really spike massively. And that would be painful for markets because it would raise inflation. It would raise the cost of everything. Inflation would rocket, and actually it would kill off consumption of other things. So that would cause stagflation. Bruce mentioned that terrible stagflation word. That is the worry for markets at the moment. And that's what's in the back of our minds. We want to be positive. We want to be bullish. And I think it's probably right to be bullish, but we need to be buying those dips. So I'm not sure about oil at the moment. As I say, it depends on geopolitical issues. Geopolitical are very often black swan events. They're events that you cannot predict, but they do affect the markets in a big way. So we can only guess at what black swan might happen, whether it be Russia, Ukraine, whether it be Middle East issue, whether it be some Taiwan and China, who knows? There are any number of issues it could be. We don't know. So they're called black swan events.
A lot of wild cards out there.
Absolutely, a lot of wild cards. So they're uncertainties. They're black swans that could occur. If they do occur, we'll probably see oil price go through the roof, which will be pretty nasty for economies. Now, I suppose a lot of people are waiting to see where we're going to go with Bitcoin. So I'll just jump onto Bitcoin here. All these lines basically are on different time frames. I've been plotting divergences. When you look at different time frames, they don't always add up. These are probably done on daily. Hard to see. They're all on different time frames. I look at divergences on different time frames. So, for example, we've got a higher high on price up there, and we had a lower high on RSI. It's telling us there's going to be a sell-off from the top on Bitcoin. Precisely what happened. So right now, we basically have lower lows on price, and we have higher lows on RSI. And that's actually telling us that there was going to be a push up in price, and that's precisely what happened again. So right now, as we speak at the moment, if I just go onto the 4 hour, which is more sensitive, and look at what's happening at the moment, I don't see any divergence in place at the moment. So for example, from here to here, it's lower highs on price, but it's also lower highs on RSI. So I don't see a particular divergence. So price is uncertain. So I look at those other indicators, look at correlations across the markets, and there's still a big risk. I still believe the line in the sand for Bitcoin is around 69,000. That's the previous all-time high of the previous bull market. We then got the fall to the FTX low, and then we rose to the new all-time high of 109,000 here. Now we pulled back, and I actually think we likely have a bit further to go to the downside, one more push to the downside. I really hope we don't cross that 69,000 level, that barrier, because that would change things completely for us. It would turn bearish for us, basically. But if we get another push down, taking us below that recent low of 74,000, maybe low 70s, that for me would be a buy the dip opportunity, perhaps with stop losses below the 69 area, but it would be a buy the dip opportunity. I'd be buying Bitcoin, buying the dip, looking for new all-time highs to come, probably up around the 120 plus area, maybe even a lot more, who knows. But I'll be buying the dip on Bitcoin, but I'd also be buying the dip on other really exciting assets like Solana, like Toncoin, like Algorand. These are really solid cryptocurrencies with tremendous potential to the upside. So with Toncoin, for example, I'll just flip over to Toncoin. We're currently on 2.86, the price. I think that we could, if Bitcoin drops as I just suggested it might, towards that 70,000 level, I think Toncoin will drop towards the $2 level, somewhere around this dotted line, somewhere around that line. I think Toncoin may dip down there, around the $2 level. My guess would be we're at least going to challenge the previous all-time high, around $8. If I just scroll out, you'll see previous all-time high was above $8. So I think we'll at least go to $8, the previous all-time high. So from $2 to $8, you're talking 4x. My guess would be, and it's a guess, it's not an absolute certainty, but my guess would be that we're going to go quite a bit beyond it. And if I just scroll out, I'll give you what my projection might be. If this is an A, this is a B, I think we could go to 1.618. But even if you went to 1.382, I'll just put my projection in at 1.382, which would be probably the smallest projection I would expect for Toncoin. So 1.382 is $10.70. The most likely for me would be 1.618, $12.17. So that will give us from $2 to $12, that's 6x on your money. That would be my target probably. So what I would do, if I am able to buy the dips around $2, when we get to the previous all-time high, I would look to protect my position with a stop loss somewhere below this previous, if we reach there, somewhere below, with the hope it's going to break through. Then if we break through, I'll be trailing my stop loss higher. When we get to 1.382, again, I would trail my stop loss a bit below it, but my final target to take all of my profit would be $12. If we see $12, I would close my position, having collected 6x on my money. And I think that could potentially happen within just a short matter of months at the most, from an all-time low, it will be all-time low, around $2 mark. So if we hit the $2 mark, I think we're going to 12. But bear in mind, the price now is $2.86. I always like that dollar cost average scenario. So don't necessarily wait for $2. You could even test the water with a little bit and then just buy some more if it drops lower. With the expectation we're going to all-time highs. So I think there's a tremendous opportunity ahead.
We need to bring Vin Menon on. They're doing their token launch. I know I'm a little bit all over the place today because I'm on the streets of Paris.
No, that's great. I know that's a big event. So thanks so much for the opportunity today to go through the markets, and we'll catch up again perhaps tomorrow, Bruce.
Amazing.
Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Yeah, no, we'll be doing it again tomorrow. I just won't be moving so much. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you, Bruce. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.
Cheers.
Are you done?
Okay, Mr. Menon, the great Vin Menon, Dr. Menon. How are you?
Good to see you again, Bruce.
I'm doing great, thank you. Yes, we are on the streets of Paris today. I knew we had our launch, our big launch of the Nila token, and so I took the 6 a.m. flight from Liberland, and made sure I was here. But of course, Paris is Paris.
Yes, right.
It's tricky. So let's talk about it. I know it's a big launch day. It's a lot of work has gone into this. There's
Yes.
a lot of you guys have been toiling away. We've all been, but you and your team especially. Talk
Yes.
about it. Tell me about what's going on.
So it's a great day for all of us. The first exchange which we are going to list today in another 6 minutes, and we are all excited for that. And me and our team, we have been working relentlessly for the last probably more than a year now to launch this and where we are today. So I'm so excited, Bruce, with the support of all of
Yeah,
you
me
guys.
too. I mean, it's a culmination of so much work, and there's so many people involved now.
Yeah.
There's there's many investors, there's partners, there's all these types of people that are now going to see this come to fruition. So many projects. I tell people all the time, guys, there's so many projects that never make it. They never make it out of anywhere to an exchange. And here we're going live in just a few minutes.
Yes, thank you so much. And so we are unlike other pump and dump kind of a meme coins or some sort of we are purely a utility-based coin, and we look at next 3 years, 5 years kind of ecosystems and how the token value management is going to be there, and the velocity of the tokens are going to be there. Based on that, the price of the token. So this is the right time for anyone to come in because it's the beginning of the journey, and this
It's
today is our first milestone for the same.
That's absolutely correct. So I'm going to walk inside. I'm going to give you the mic here for about 30 seconds, 30 seconds to a minute as I walk inside, and I'm just going to drop off here. And I want you to tell people why it's so exciting, a little bit about Neela, what makes it so different than maybe just any other token.
Sure, perfect. So basically, Neela token is something what we call utility token, and we have been working on this project for last probably more than a year, since May 2024. Sorry, March 2024, and we came very far. Started as a Bitcoin yield generating project, and from there, then we started creating more and more utility value and ecosystems to the same. So we started working on ad tech businesses where it is involved a digital virtualization of digital billboard in the human statue kind of project. Then we created another ecosystem and partnered with that system called Wave Plus, which is a tap to earn on Telegram network. Then we started working on an insurtech company, which will be actually working on our blockchain, and we started working on Aqua, which is a green credits project, where it is going to be hosting on our blockchain too. So many more projects and ecosystems to come and be part of it.
So
But at the same time, we got that our layer
amazing. Tell
two.
me a little bit about.
Please.
Tell me a little bit about the ad tech. That's something I think that a lot of people kind of key into. What
Yes.
is the ad tech? How is Neela and Mindwave DAO using ad tech?
Okay. So basically, let's talk about an example. We have a Times Square Nasdaq billboard, right? So it's a inventory advertisement inventory. And if you are a Nikes of the world or a Coca-Colas of the world, you can have the budget to go and block for 5 hours, pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for that billboard. But you think about the second tier, where they want to be on the billboard, but they cannot afford that kind of a marketing budget. So they can come into our platform. Our blockchain will fractionalize the ad space, ad inventory. So you can probably have a 30 seconds on the NASDAQ billboard for like a 1 hour, 10 slots, 20 slots. So that will bring down the cost from probably hundreds of thousands to thousands, right? At the same time, you are getting the same visibility as anyone else going to get. So that's the beauty of blockchain. And what we are doing is exactly fractionalizing the ad space. And that is going to be run on Mindchain, which is our layer 2 platform. And we have partnered with one of the Irish project, which is going to launch their digital billboard, which is in the form of a human statue, which is 8-floor height, And we are going to do the fractionalized ad space for that too.
Well, that's really, that is so interesting. And as somebody who's done Times Square advertising before, as you know, it is so effective. It's so effective. People don't even realize it. And number one, they don't realize it. And two, they don't know how to do it, right? And so providing a way for people to get involved and to experience that, this is something revolutionary that I don't think any other platform is doing.
Yeah, exactly. So we really want to bring the blockchain into daily use and creating the real utility for the same.
Amazing. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, I just posted the link underneath our main post here. So you can now trade Mila live, I believe, right? It's right. We're right here at the,
it's
at the top
live
of the hour.
now.
It's live now on LBank. Do you know, if you do want to, you mentioned that you wanted to share your screen. Do you know how to do that?
Yes, I'm just trying to see. Maybe the link. Do you think you can do that for me, please?
What's that?
Do you think you can do that for me, please? I have from this app. Okay.
Do you want me to share the link live?
Yes, right. Yes. So live. Yeah. So that should be just countdown. Looks like.
I got it here. Let's see here. I think this might be the first time that we've actually launched a token live on the show. All right, let me see here.
I'm so excited, Bruce. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, we're trading.
Bring us into this.
We are trading. Here, let me just. Here we go. Okay, look at that. Look at that green candle.
Yeah. Wow.
The fruits of your labors, Dr. Vin Menon and team. He has a wonderful team behind him. I've known Dr. Vin Menon
all
here.
Stakeholders like you.
Yes, and stakeholders like myself. This is absolutely correct.
Yes.
And this is really how everything starts. We were able to raise a decent amount of money in the sale as well. And the nice thing about doing these sales, the pre-sale and is that it gives you a chance to really network with important people and bring on people who really make a difference, and can bring a lot of value.
Interesting. I'm so proud of our team and our stakeholders' achievement on bringing this live.
Yes. Me too. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go. I was just toggling the view here a little bit. So LBank, if you guys are not a member, you can go over to lbank.com and register right there. They have future trading platform. Pardon?
It will just take 2 minutes to complete the process to register yourself.
Yes, a couple minutes to register, and you can see we are trading here live, right at around 8 cents or so. If you were lucky enough to get in on the pre-sale, you're happy right now. So Vin, tell me about the plans for the future. Where are you guys going from here?
So we are right now focusing on increasing our utilization or utility into multiple different ecosystems.
Uh-huh.
And what we are trying to do is moving into insurtech, moving into climate tech, and so on. And we strongly believe is the real value of our utility token and the token price is on the utility value we create in our ecosystems. So that's exactly what we are trying to do, and we are here for a long run. And when you ask about what's your future, I said next 3 years we are planning to do a significant at least 20 ecosystems within us. You are running on our mind chain, which will be the world's first fully insured chain as well, and reinsured by Lloyd's Market. So
Well,
that's
this is something that I think a lot of people, key into as well. This InsurTech, and you're insured by the Lords of London. You have, I know we've talked about it a couple of times, but for people that haven't heard about that, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So basically, the blockchain and the digital assets, it's decentralized. However, the biggest challenge right now we face is, hacking into the systems, losing the assets by means of ABC reasons. And that is one of the major reasons why institutions and the serious players, they don't come into the picture. They're worried about, putting their assets and resources into that. So what we are trying to do is we want the institutions to come in, then only this become mainstream. And we are helping institutions to come in the form of giving sort of like a corporate culture. And that is exactly what we are trying to right now by bringing Lloyd's of London syndicates as a reinsurance partner to MindChain, which is our layer 2, which we are launching. And Nila token will be the utility token for that. And we are creating multiple verticals for that.
Yes. Well, that's exactly right. And it's the whole ecosystem, right, that really make or break a coin. Like, you either have an ecosystem or you don't. And that's why, Vin and I have known each other now for I don't know how many years. I mean, it's probably close to 8 years or something like that. Yeah. And during that time, it takes a long time in order to put something like this together. And we were just down at the Global Family Office Investment Summit. We will be again at the Global Family Office Investment Summit, this time in Dubai, in early May. And one thing that I was really impressed with, well, one, of course, your team is great, but the way that you were able to work with the different people that were there, talk to the different people that were there, and that only comes with experience. You can't buy experience, and that's really something else.
Yeah. So basically, I've been into the corporate life all my life. I trained as an engineer, so I'm a techie, and grew my business from zero to multi hundreds of million, and sold the business. Then started the blockchain journey. So came from that experience of corporate life, fintech, financial technologies, and so on. So it's a very different, and we are looking at institutions. We are looking at how we can bring institutions into blockchain or crypto per se, and only creating utility values, giving guarantees like from the insurance guarantees. That's the only way institutions will jump in. Otherwise, it's too risky for them to see.
So that is really interesting. I mean, institutions, this is really, this is, even if you look over the last year, this big pump that we've had, it was largely fueled by the institutions coming in, these ETFs and everything else. I mean, this is really how the big liquidity gets unlocked. And I know you talked a little bit about that, but maybe talk about some of your strategies of how that you're going to make that happen.
Yeah. So moving forward, every ecosystem being part of us will be an institution for us, an institutional investor on us. So they are having a pre-booked, tokens and the assets, which they are going to, and they'll be working on within the ecosystems, making sure the maximum, utility is created and so on. So this automatically bring in a lot of what we call traction to the business. So whether it is ad tech, whether it is insure tech, whether it is climate tech, each and every ecosystem is an institutional stakeholder within MindChain, and that's number one. Tomorrow, if you are an institution and you want to actually move into blockchain, and definitely you will be looking for someone like us, because it's fully insured, reinsured by Lloyd's, and on top of that, we cover different types of risk in insurance segment for blockchain. And the risk is, for example, if it's a fixed asset, for example, real estate or a commodity, if we are fractionalizing that, so we can even provide credit default guarantee for that assets. Now we talk about, you are launching a token in the public market, and you know that you are genuine, you are institution but people don't really take it as is because they don't even know what will happen one after I invest into your token. So we have something called POSI, Public Offering Security Insurance. And in crypto, we are the only one who is providing that. So if you are launching a token, you can come to us. We can actually underwrite the risk of, launch of your token, where investors feel very comfortable because they feel that, okay, whatever you are offered in the white paper prospectus is what going to happen, and my money is safe with that. Anything goes wrong, insurance is there to back me up. So that's a second type of insurance, and nobody knows about this, right? And the third type of insurance is where the cyber hacks and attacks. Like we all know, the one of the biggest exchange got hacked, billions of dollars recently, and multiple things are happening like that. So that's the another aspect of it. So we are trying to bring in these three risks for any assets come and tokenize in our platform, or coming into us as an ecosystem on a long run. And that's what exactly we are trying to do.
Amazing. Well, and you can see right here, guys, we're live on L Bank. I put the link right there, and this is crypto. This is how it is, folks. Finn is in India right now, I believe. Of course, I'm in Paris. The team is spread out all over the world. We were just in New York at Bitcoin Palooza together, and we'll all be together again soon. But so exciting, and you can see the people in there trading it now. I mean, it's just so cool. What is it? How does it make you feel to have your token live trading at this moment?
Oh, lovely. We feel like this is the first step towards commitment to our stakeholders. And we don't consider and content by this. This is only the beginning of our journey. So, and we have a huge responsibility by our stakeholders who invested and trusted in us and given us the opportunity to work with them. It's not our money, it's our responsibility.
Well, that's very well said, Vin. And, I'm sure a lot of your investors are very happy to hear that. I know I'm happy to hear that. One of the reasons why, of course, we've been working together. I trust what you're doing, and I know you're working hard. I see you're working around with the people and really doing it. So exciting. So what do the next couple of months look like for you? What do you have in the works?
So we are looking at now how fast we can add more and more ecosystems to grow to the level of an Ethereum or a Bitcoin over the next. It's over ambitious, but I think you have to dream big to achieve.
Amazing. Well, that's what it's all about. It's all about the community. I know I'm just coming from Liberland, as you know. I know we're going to get more involved together with Liberland. Vin is going to get more involved. They're excited to have you involved. It's such a cool project, and that community I think will be big for us as well. As we push through these big events, Bitcoin 2025 is going to be absolutely massive with Bitcoin Palooza down there, and with Mindwave DAO and your team and everything else. I think that the future is very bright. And despite what some naysayers may say, and the markets may go up and down and everywhere like this, but I am bullish. I think that with the administration that we have right now being so pro crypto, and I think that they're just going to pump the market. They crashed it first. Admittedly, they crashed it first, but now I think we pump. What do you think?
Yeah, so I don't think it can be worse than this right now, looking at the situation. So it's only positive. It's only green candlesticks we can see.
Yes, that's right. Well, that's exactly right. Well, very cool. So the website, if people want to go and check it out, of course, is mindwavedao.com. Mindwavedao.com. I can put that up as well. What are some of the other ways people can contact you? What would you want to tell people in order to have them get involved?
So basically the link tree has all the connections. So let me just share with you the link tree in Mindwave DAO. So link tree has the directory of all our links, including the legal opinion, including the pretty much everything.
The link tree, did you just send that on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I'm just sending it to you by WhatsApp. Yeah, it's with you now.
All right. Okay, well, I will put up this. It's Linktree. Their their signature thing, /Nila token, but let me put it up here on the screen for everybody. And we are live, guys. L-Bank is a great exchange. I know these guys also as well. They've been in business for a long time, and they run a nice exchange. It's a good exchange.
Yes. And the team is amazingly well, and they've been supporting us throughout this journey. So
Very
I
good.
would like to take this opportunity to thank our entire team, our stakeholders, investors, partners, insurance partners, and the clients who are discussing with us on integrating the ecosystems to us. Yes, thank you so much for everything. And actually, we made it.
You're right. We made it. We are live, folks. We're live. Let me just, I'm trying to get this link up here. And that's very good. Another, guys, class act, as I'm saying, with my friend here, Dr. Vin Menon. Hats off to the community, to the investors, to everybody involved.
Yeah, just the link tree is slightly different now. Yeah, I just sent it.
So we have the link tree up right here.
With the previous one. I'm sorry. Nila tokens.
Yes, linktree.com/Nila token. Let me just toggle this here a minute. As you can see, we're starting to have a nice chart pattern here on the Nila token. Head on over to lbank.com. Get yourself a bag.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, we are here. What's the 1 minute one right now before we close?
What's that?
What's the 1 minute chart? Looks like it's
the 1 minute. I can put it up to 1 minute. This, I think, was the 3 minute I just toggled to.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. It's working. So good stuff. Well, my friend,
thank you so much, Bruce, for this.
What's that?
Thank you so much for bringing us into your show and helping
anytime,
us.
Ben. Anytime. Like I said, we should do it once a week, especially as things are moving here. So plan to come on again next week. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about what we're doing, and we'll update the community. We'll update your investors here on the show. Very happy to do it for you. Happy to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Awesome. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. The great Dr. Vin Menon with his live launch here. Nice of green on that chart. Congratulations, Vin.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Cheers. The great Dr. Vin Menon here with the Mindwave DAO token. He's been working on it, guys. They raised 7 figures on this thing to put it together. That is a Bitcoin yield generating token. It's a Bitcoin yield generating token, folks. It's a cool thing, and he's really building it. They have a great team, so I'm happy to support him. We're happy to support him. The Impact Money Show is happy to support him. You can follow that link tree that you see right there. Link tr.ee/Nila token, and they have all the links for that right there, and you can follow. I'm sure they have the live link to the thing. I will be back on here tomorrow. We'll give you an update on it. I am, of course, right here from Paris. We'll be doing the Louvre and all that other good stuff with the family, as we do. Always important. Vin is a family man as well, as a matter of fact. So, all right, folks, that's it for me. I'm signing off here. I am going to play our little jingle here. Make sure to remember Bitcoin Palooza will be May 27th in Las Vegas during the Bitcoin 2025 conference. This Bitcoin 2025 conference is going to be the biggest conference I think you've seen in a long time. Trump came and spoke at it last year. It was in Nashville. It's always a massive event. It's massive, huge event. And Bitcoin Palooza is going to be absolutely amazing on that as well. So cheers for now, guys. Talk to you soon. Hey, Randy, I got another home run for us, man. This 2-bit exchange is absolutely amazing.
Hey, Bruce, what's up, man? Yeah, why don't you tell me about that 2-bit exchange?
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to be able to list our coins that we want that we support, and they're going to be on this amazing derivatives platform. It's absolutely awesome.
Derivatives? I love derivatives. I can't wait to be on the trade copy program.
So what I want you to do is set up an account and then send me your UID, and let's set you up with a trade copy system, and you just let it run. Copy our trades. That's it. Easy peasy.
So you want me to open an account, send you my user ID, and you hook me up with the trade copy system. I can't wait. Sounds spectacular.
Hey, Matt. Hey, listen, I met with the guys at 2-Bit Exchange while I was in Dubai, and this platform really looks amazing.
Yeah, hi Bruce. Yeah, thank you again for that heads up. I mean, I've looked into this 2-bit platform. It does appear to have everything we're looking for.
Yeah, that's right. 2-Bit, Toobit. They have great liquidity. They have futures platform. There's a lot of functionality that I think you're going to like on there. And they really want to work with us. They want to work with the Impact Money Show. And as you and I both know, if they have a good product and they want to work with us, well, hey, that's half the battle.
I mean, basically, I love that copy trade facility. I love the features on the platform. It's basically very simple to use.
Our viewers only need to set it up to copy our trades, and they just do all the trades that we do. Makes it really easy for people to participate. I think they're going to love it. I'm pretty excited about it.
And yeah, it's definitely going to benefit people. I mean, obviously with all the years of experience that we can pack into it, and people can basically benefit from that. Yeah, I definitely think it's a goer.
Hey, David. Yeah, man, I'm excited about it too. I mean, when you think of the ways that we can help our viewers earn money and be able to participate in the monetary revolution, this 2-Bit platform just opens up all kinds of doors that they don't have right now.
Hey, Bruce, I'm checking out this platform. It's revolutionary.
That's absolutely correct. And the futures platform is amazing. Great liquidity. And the copy trader program, people are going to be able to make the trades exactly when we make them and make the money that we make. It's a win-win for everybody.
Open for U.S. customers, and you can deposit money with a credit or debit card. Doesn't get better than this.
Beautiful. And what do you think we should use as a referral code?
I think we should use Impact Money. That's the one. Impact Money.